Skuljagger on the Super Nintendo. This is original hardware being played with a cartridge. This is actually a game that I rented when it launched, probably played it for half an hour and never touched it again. I have no idea what to expect out of this game other than it's a side-scrolling platformer. You know, Pirates of Dark Water without the license, I suppose. I mean, I want to say this, yeah, this was way before Pirates of the Caribbean, before Cutthroat Island. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it was just sort of a generic, hey, let's do a game with pirates. This game, this game did not come with a manual, but I managed to download a manual for Skuljagger before Internet Archives went down. And apparently it includes a 74-page comic that includes hints written in backwards text, or written in backwards text for some of the secret areas in this game. And there's like 5 pages of instructions with a 75-page booklet with like the backstory, because you obviously can't fit it in the game. So we'll get more into that later. I didn't read the whole thing, but I mean, like, I might not even play this game for half an hour. I'm not going to play this game for more than an hour, I don't think. So why would I spend an hour reading the backstory to a game that probably sucks? I mean, there are hints, so I'm glad they included, you know, hints in the instruction manual. You can attack with the Y button, jump with the B button. The X or the A button is for using the gum. This orange gum is used for grenades. Cute. Purple, you're invincible. So you can jump, you can press B to jump and then hold up on the D-pad to bounce. You have to hold the B button. You can also press down to hit the ground more quickly. Up. I'm trying to hold up. Not the mash up. Because I guess I'm floating a bit more. So I think I have to hit up before I land. Let me try that. Hit up before I land. You can also float a little bit, then hold down to hit the ground more quickly. So it's like a force shield. You have to hold up to float in the air higher. Cherry is for flying. You can hold down the X button. I think you have to hold down the X button, because you have to press the X button multiple times to get that red cherry balloon to fly. And so it's not working. You have to hold the... Yeah, I'm trying to pop it, but I don't want to pop it too much. Maybe I have to pop it. Maybe I have to pump it 5 times instead of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have to press it 5 times. Maybe 6. Just keep mashing. I don't know. It will respawn eventually. I'm just not sure what to make of that power up. I'm trying to mash, but it's not working. Do I have to hold the button down on the fifth blow? Might not even use this thing. Nah, it didn't work. Yeah, see, it's not working. I think I have to hold the button down on the 4th pump. Let me try that again. Yeah, it's not... I have to hold it down the 5th. I can't figure this out. It's... And the manual doesn't really explain it. You're supposed to kind of practice with it, I guess. Yeah, it's not working. Fucking idiot. Yeah, it's not enough. Maybe it works if I'm in midair. I don't know. I do like this funky music they got going. Got a lot of bass. I love the low bass. There you go. So I'm going to have to do it in midair. No. So I'm holding it down now. There we go. So I have to jump in midair, then hold the button down, I think. So jump, then 5 blows, and hold it on the 5th blow. You hold it on the 5th blow seems to work. Ah, Jesus. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time doing this. I just wanted to practice it. So I'm glad they give you this area to practice with it. There are only 4 kinds of bubble gum. Nope. Okay. Remember, if I hit the ground, it goes away. So if I hit the ground, the bubble pops. So let's actually play the game. This is driving me nuts. But yeah, I love the bass they got in that that part of the soundtrack they were playing. So the title theme seems okay. But a 75-page backstory with only 5 pages of instruction is a massive waste of paper. I'm just saying. So it's one of those manuals that it's a full color manual with like, you know, a few illustrations in there occasionally. Then the illustrations look like mid 1990s, early 1990s image comic art. Like it looks like what you would expect from a comic book of that era. Like I'm not talking Rob Liefeld, you know, quality art or anything. But it looks like what you would expect a comic book to look like. Like if you told me they commissioned someone who drew like X-Men 2099 or something, I would believe you. Maybe I can probably include a link to some of the images, but yeah, I mean, don't expect much. It's not a graphic novel. It's just a lore book with some illustrations in it. And they don't even take up the entire page, really. I usually don't talk about manuals for video games that don't include them, but at least, let me put it this way. I usually don't talk about video games with manuals unless there's something interesting in the manual, especially in the modern era where video games don't come with manuals almost ever. And in the old days, most of the games I buy don't even have manuals. Okay, I lost my projectile weapon. So that was a nice power up to have for a while. This game has some pretty sick bass. Yeah, it's probably not appropriate. But some pretty good bass. I don't know what to tell you. I can't swing upward, I can't swing downward, it's like Excalibur 2099 or something. That's what this game feels like. And this art is god-awful. It looks like really bad bitmap art. Like really bad Windows Paint art, so kind of disappointed there, but... Yeah, and the frame rate, I'm capturing this at 60. The frame rate is not holding up. We're probably in the mid-40s. And there's a lot of slowdown, too, so that's not amazing. Disappointing there. I mean, again, this isn't unusual for the Super NES, but yeah, a lot of slowdown. A lot of frame skipping. Not wild about that. That's why I play these games on original hardware if I can help it, so I can see how the game performs, you know, on the original unit. Instead of having to worry about emulators mucking it up. Yeah, so the scrolling isn't that smooth. Yeah, you can hold up when you reach the top of the ladder to do a jump. Yeah, I think if you just hold up, you just wind up jumping when you reach the top of the ladder anyway. So the pace of the game seems fine. Let me try that. So I have to hold down and press jump. You hold down and press jump to drop, right? No. Yeah, how do I drop off this thing? Double tap down? No. There has to be a quicker way to get down this ladder, because that's going to be a problem later. It's one of those games where if you're stuck on a ladder, an enemy's going to attack you. So, and I don't think you can actually attack on that ladder either. So I got to make a note of that. Oops. Yeah, careful. Got him. I think you can actually hit those bullets if you time it right. Don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk it though. So again, you can't stab downward, and that's kind of weird. So is this game better than Super Valis 4? Probably not. But Super Valis 4 was apparently disappointment. If I could find that game for $20, I would buy it, even though I know it's not good. I bought it when it launched. I remember liking the music quite a bit. and I know that it wasn't going to represent the PC Engine original very well. That PC CD-ROM. Okay, you hold up to take control of the cannon, like in, you know, Medal of Honor, I guess. Go to a first person. We're gonna hit a couple of cannonballs and bounce. Whoopsie. I don't want to stand there while he's shooting at me, so. But if you take down the ship, you get a 1-up. I can confirm that. Good checkpoint. So yeah, never got around to playing, what was it? Excalibur 2099. I think that was it. Was that in... Whoops! Do I only have 2 lives? No, I have 3 lives, okay. Jeez. Air control isn't amazing. The controls are somewhat responsive, but air control isn't amazing. But yeah, I wanted to play, what was it? Excalibur 2099 for a while, because I'm a Super NES fan. I'm a Super NES music nerd. And I heard that game had some arrangements from Psychotronic, whatever they were called. Like, they tried to get, like, 90s dance music into a lot of video games because of, Streets of Rage, obviously. I mean, I could fly. I could just use the gum. I just don't see I just don't know what the gum would be used for right here. Whoops! See? Blind jump. Maybe I should not have done that. But yeah, it's like, after Streets of Rage, you know, you would get games like Lost Vikings, which I need to play again. I have footage of that, but I didn't finish combining it yet. They would get games like Lost Vikings, Super Adventure Island. Had a Yuzo Koshiro soundtrack. That includes some hip-hop in it. And one other game, what was it? Yeah, Plock. Well, obviously Tim Follin music would have, like, boss music. Tim Follin soundtracks would have boss music that kind of sounded like Streets of Rage, like Plock, Equinox, same deal. So that was a whole bit. I mean, obviously, you know, Biometal was a port. Yeah, careful. Biometal was a port of a Japanese game. I forget what it was called. And when they localized it for the States, they they arranged a couple of dance songs. Like, what was it? Are You Ready for This? And what was that song? Well, I know the music. I know the song, but yeah, they got 2 unlimited to do some music for that game. Can I continue? Do I have unlimited continues? Well, if I'm at the beginning, why even bother wasting a continue then? But yeah, I mean, that was the 90s. But I mean, again, this music isn't trying to do that, but I think it's weird that they're trying to do a soundtrack that's this that's this anachronistic, I guess you could say. Like, this music sounds like it could be used for well, if anything, it sounds like, you know, with this bass, it sounds like it could be like you know, the loadout menu music for Front Mission or something. Like, this sounds like the music that would be playing, you know, in the menu, like in the, you know, here's your army, look at all of your robots, you know, equip your robots before the fight. That's what this music sounds like. It's appropriately chill. For people who vape, I guess it's a vibe. You got your bubble gum, you got your bubble gum, so you might as well blow something, I guess. Yeah. And again, like what is, like, that's the other thing. The clash of themes here doesn't seem to work. Like, I understand it's kind of cute that you got a comic book as your backstory in the manual. But why do you have bubblegum in this game? Like, it makes it seem childish. Like, if this is supposed to be like some, you know, like, well, it's not supposed to be an edgy comic, but it's like, why do you have bubblegum in a game about swords and pirates? Like, I don't get it. I guess they thought it'd be fun, you know. Kids like pirates. I watched Pirates of Dark Water when I was a kid. But the thing about Pirates of Dark Water is there was no gum in Pirates of Dark Water. Just saying. Like, when I think Pirates of Dark Water, I think, you know, adventure on the high seas. I don't, you know, and stealing stuff. Someone tell Dan Reichert. Yeah, like when I think pirates, I think, thieves. I don't think bubblegum. But, whatever. Careful. I guess that gets to a larger problem with some of these themes. I mean, yes, okay, look. We're not here to talk about the history of pirates. So there's a very interesting book I wanted to read. Like, there was I think it's like Penguin's Book of Pirates. And they had a really interesting author interview about from the author of that book. It was a fascinating collection of, pirate history, pirate lore, pirate rules. Like, really fascinating stuff. It made me want to, again, the author does what they're supposed to do, and they make you want to read the book, but it made me want to be a pirate expert. It made me want to actually read a bunch of books about pirates. And when do pirate stories ever do that? Again, like, I like Pirates of Dark Water a lot, but I mean, I'll probably never play it on this channel unless I can get a ROM of it or something. I think, yeah, the Genesis version of Dark Water is out, but it's like $25, and apparently the game's not that good. So I don't want to. It's one of those games where it's like I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it unless I know I can sell it for a decent price. But I'm leery about spending a whole bunch of money to rent a Genesis cartridge for like a day and then never play it. I could play it for like an hour and then never touch it again. Like this game. Like, I'm probably going to spend an hour playing this, then never touch it again. Like, it's a rental for me. Like, when I was a kid, you would spend $5 to rent a game for, like, a weekend. You spend like 3 or 4 hours playing it, maybe 5. Then you get sick of it and play something else. Because I rented a lot of games when I was a kid, and part of me kind of, whoops, you can pick up the box. Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's nice. So I guess you have to stand in front of the box to pick it up, right? Yeah. Stand in front of the box to pick it up. And there are grapes in there. Grapes are for, yeah, their invincibility, so I do want that, but I can't grab that. Yeah, can't risk it. Let's see if I can fly. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to risk that. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. Screw it. So that was a waste of gum. Again, if these controls were a bit, more user-friendly, I'd be fine with it. Again, so much slowdown. I picked up one box, and the slowdown's insane. So that's not amazing. There has to be a trick to this. Yeah, there has to be a trick to this, but I can't figure out I don't know of a quicker way to climb up the ladder. Taking a bunch of dumb hits, by the way. Where's my health bar? Are the green things my health bar? Missed. I think those green blocks are my health bar. And it's just a number. It's not like a block that appears on screen in decrements. It's just a number. Which isn't bad, I guess. Take that orange. That's a grenade. I only have one. Amazing. Totally worth it. So I need to find a quicker way to get down this ladder. This is driving me nuts. There has to be a quicker way to get down this ladder. Don't know what that blue thing did. I got a red thing, so I guess that's what these are. Projectiles. There's a guy with a gun. Be careful. Got him. Okay, we're good. Get to abuse the slopes a little bit. So I guess that's decent design. I'll take that. So that's more health, right? I kept making a list of video games I wanted to play just for the music, even if the music's not good. I just kind of wanted to hear how it sounded. And I remember, what was it? Excalibur's music was apparently awful. Or maybe it sounded good, but then they had to arrange it for the sound chip, and it apparently sounded terrible. Like, it was Nintendo Power. Like, one of my favorite issues in Nintendo Power talked about the sound chip and about how some developers get the music. Huh? No friendly fire, huh? See if I can bait him into shooting me before I get to the gun. There we go. Couple more. Am I not aiming high enough? I probably wasn't aiming high enough. So let's see if I can bait him and then get back into the gun. Done. Got it. Got him. That's a 1-up. So, now you know how that works. You have to press up when you're in front of it, then press up to aim high or low. And the explosions in the distance will tell you if you're making contact with the ship. Not very intuitive, but it's a cute little bonus thing, I guess. So again, you know, whatever. Feels like a half-baked design pitch, but that doesn't really add up to much stuff. It's just a 1-up. It's a mini game that gives you a 1-up, like whatever. Not a lot of strategy there. These things just keep coming. Again, this music is highly inappropriate. This might be like what music should, like, what game would this be appropriate for? Maybe an X-Men game. But yet not for, like, you know, a high seas adventure. Maybe for, like, a cop game, you know? Like a Lethal Weapon game. like Ocean did make a Lethal Weapon NES game. I don't know if they made a Super NES game. I think, was it Lethal Weapon 2 they did? Whoops! Oh, it's a secret area. Oh, it's a secret area, right? Yeah. What do we got? So what do we do now that we're here? Can't need more health. This bass is pretty good. Like, the instrumentation isn't amazing, but the bass is pretty good. It's got some really fat bass. Yeah, hook up your subwoofers for this game. It might be worth hearing. Yeah. Instrumentation is not amazing. Ninjas? Pirates versus ninjas. So I needed that health. You got for the bear. Crap. Can't hit it. So now what? Oh, okay. I was wondering where I was supposed to go. Slowdown's not great. And I have some gum I should probably use. Yep, Pirates versus Ninjas. This was the 90s. We weren't done with ninjas yet. There's still a few of them in video games back then. Yeah, what did we replace? I think we replaced ninjas with mascots. Like right around 1990, we got a bunch of ninjas. Because, you know, the Ninja Turtles, Ninja Gaiden, Shadow the Ninja, like, there are at least a dozen, there was a ninja every other month on the NES for a while. So many freaking ninjas. So, he's in Roop's warehouse, a Kiltish sailor called. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm not reading any of that. But yeah, so I think ninjas apparently died out right around 94. Like, they stopped making video games with ninjas, right? Like, obviously Shinobi was always there. Okay, yeah. But yeah, like, I think, but yeah, obviously superhero. Whoops! Stupid. I guess I thought there was a platform down there. But yeah, like, obviously superheroes were huge because X-Men was so massive. The Power Rangers were huge. But in terms of, like, video game tropes, like, I think they replaced ninjas with mascots. Because, you know, like, what was it? Fido Dido got a mascot game. You know, 7-Up's Cool Spot got a game. You know, all of Impossible, Bubsy. Like, so many mascot games. Climb this. What's the verticality here? No complaints. Yes, I go that way. But yeah, I want to say the furry, maybe not the furry mascot, but definitely the mascot. But I mean, like, you think that if the '90s were super edgy, why weren't ninjas edgy? Maybe it's because I guess ninjas kind of got whitewashed or blackwashed, whatever word you want to use. They got Disney washed. So they were ninjas. I guess weren't. I mean, ninjas were. I mean, the Ninja Turtles were a mascot if you think about it. But as we started seeing more Sonic the Hedgehog like games, we started seeing like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men. I guess ninjas weren't edgy enough. But superheroes, like, yeah, ninjas are for kids. But superheroes, those are for teenagers. Right? Someone's pickling up there, I guess. Well, I mean, we are pirates. Someone's got to preserve this crap. So what do you think they're pickling? Potatoes? Yeah, they have these sweet potatoes. That time of year, by the way, it's November 2024. So it's almost Thanksgiving. I'm supposed to be doing something special. Like, for Thanksgiving, Well, the family's probably gonna, they're probably gonna get recruited for something. It's been a rough November for the fam, obviously. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah, you think November 2024 made people slightly more sympathetic to piracy? I'm just saying. Unrelated note, did I mention I got this manual from the Internet Archives? Is the Internet Archives back up yet? That would be nice. Funny how that went down in an election year. So, I mean, it's not completely down. Like, I've been told, like, one of the film critics I know said, oh yeah, that yeah, they said, yeah, like, my 12-year-old article is still there. It's just that, yeah, but I couldn't get on, so I think they're slowly bringing it back. Like, NPR was talking to one of the founders of the Internet Archives. It was cool talking to him. When you listen to the guy, he's a librarian. I mean, in the end, the Internet Archive is supposed to be a library, right? I mean, VCR dumps of, like, news programs from, like, Columbus, Ohio, I'm sure are fascinating for people like me who want to, like, dig deep, I guess. Like, that's obviously going to be useful for people who, like, want to do, like, actual research on, like, because if nothing else, news reports, contemporaneous news reports are extremely useful. Like, one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite things to find, at least what used to be one of my favorite things to find, was, like, old news reports about video games. Like, 2020, I think, did a story about Nintendo back in was it Nuts for Nintendo, I think it was called. The PBS, the McNeil Lehrer News Hour did a bunch of stuff about, NES games. Because remember, 1989, NES was huge. It's that Christmas of 1988, 1989, I mean, that was the year. At least here in America. And of course, the system was basically being put to bed in Japan. But in '88, it was, video games are back. Nintendo's the toy to buy. But of course, the whole thing is that what was it? In '88, the Famicom had already been replaced by the PC engine. Of course, that was the TurboGrafx 16, and we got that in 1989. So what was it? Christmas of 1989 from the TurboGrafx 16, the Sega Genesis showed up. And again, I was able to find a PC engine for like $50-$60 at one of the retro game stores here in Maryland. It's like outside of Baltimore, west of Baltimore. Yeah, I think it was called Play Raven. And they had one of those master, but I didn't buy it because I did some research. I'm like, none of these games cost less than $40. I can't find a TurboGrafx game that's decent for less than $20. I'm like, what's the point of me buying this console if I can't find a single freaking game for it? Like, I'm not spending $50 on Ordyne. I'm sorry. Apparently that console is a very good library. I mean, I got my hands on the PC Engine Mini for like $90. I'm glad I got it. It's impossible to find now. I lucked out totally. I think someone returned it to Amazon, I guess. Maybe they tried to hack it, I don't know. Or they didn't know how the thing worked, but they imported it, I guess. And yeah, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, I mean, I got it, and I still have it. I haven't played it in like a year or so. But yeah, man, I'm glad I got that thing, because even though most of the games are trash, there are some pretty good games on that thing I want to come back and play later. Like, I want to see if Dungeon Explorer is decent. Rondo of Blood is good for what it is. I mean, I wouldn't pay a whole bunch of money for it, but now I got the Castlevania collection, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, that's bad. But now I got the Castlevania collection, so I don't have to worry about it. But, you know, I did want to play, you know, the original Rondo of Blood for decades, and I owned the soundtrack. But now I can finally play the game. I mean, it's not amazing. I mean, it's better than Castlevania 1. like, it's the best possible Castlevania 1 you could play, I would argue. Well, I guess we get Maria. So I guess you could say Rondo of Blood is like Castlevania 2.5, I guess. Because you don't have, the game isn't as big as, you know, Castlevania 3. You don't have as many characters to play with. And that was obviously, like, when did that become a thing? Ugh, got these bolos. But yeah, I don't know when that became a thing. Because I remember Castlevania 3, Super Valis 4. I guess they said, look, we have all this space on the cartridge now. You might as well like add more characters. And I mean, in Mario Brothers, you could always, you know, grab what? Like in Mario Brothers, you can always like Mario Brothers 3. Yeah, Mario 2. There you go. Mario 2, Doki Doki Panic, and all that. You know, you had different characters you can switch between. Not on the fly, but that made the game more interesting than most games of the era. Super Mario Brothers 2 is still a very interesting game to play nowadays. Because of the variety you have in the characters you can choose. But I don't think Doki Doki Panic was the reason for that. Like, ask Jeremy Parrish, he probably knows. I need a bubble. Yeah, I need a purple bubblegum piece to grab those. There we go. Let's try again. Boing. Hold up. There we go. I don't know if I'm on a timer or what. Yeah, this frame rate is really choppy. It's really disappointing. Okay, I missed the thing up there, but I got one of these, so that's good. So I guess that determines the distance this thing travels, or does it determine the number of orange things I'm throwing? You good? Yeah, the bass on this is pretty good. I am impressed. But yeah, this frame rate is not amazing. It's really shaky. Yeah, it's shaky. So it's almost and there's still slowdown here. So it's like they're skipping frames to it's almost like they're skipping frames to preserve the pace of the game, but it's still slowing down occasionally. And again, this isn't a technical powerhouse here, but again, decent music actually. Oh, he's in the background. Never mind. Aim lower. Kind of hard to hit. Got him! Didn't get a 1-up, though. So I'm throwing 2 projectiles now. Okay. And those big gems are called Gemeralds, I believe. Oh, an actual boss. Hold on. There is a password for this game, so... See what happens when I get that password. Should wait till later to pick up those blocks. Ugh, jeez. Well, this is Skuljagger, isn't it? Whoops. Take too many dumb hits. It's too bad I don't have that little orange, those little orange grenade gum thingies. They might not be useful here, though. See if we can lure him back here. Ah! Crap! I'm curious how I'm supposed to deal with this. I don't know if I'm in the mood. I'm old enough to where I just don't care about boss fights anymore. Like, unless you're Street Fighter 2, I really don't like boss fights. If I'm gonna keep it real. Oh yeah, that green one. Gotta grab that green one that makes you invincible. So that actually might help me out if I didn't run out of lives. Better let me continue at a good spot. Okay. Nintendo insisted that you have mode 7. I guess that's a decent checkpoint. How many continues are there in this game? The manual didn't say. Because why should a manual be helpful when it can tell you the backstory for 75 pages? I mean, jeez. This base is sick. It's like they're doing like Another One Bites the Dust. You can totally take that baseline from Another One Bites the Dust. Yeah, Eye of the Tiger. It's the baseline for Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, this music's not bad. Now, yeah, it's above average, but I don't think I would go out of my way to really listen to it outside of the game. But yeah, pretty good bass sample they got there. So I'm impressed with that, not so much the rest of the game though. I guess I got that power up and immediately lost it because I took a dumb hit. Something I don't think we're gonna see a Skuljagger remastered anytime soon, unless some rich kid decides, okay, I'm not gonna buy any more digital games from the Wii shop. I'm just gonna pay a bunch of indie devs to remake Super Nintendo games I rented when I was a kid. Now me on the other hand, I would rather spend that money on like, hey, making Phantom 2040 look decent. Like if you gave me like $10 million and I had to spend it on like a project, I would like take an existing. I would pay someone to like reanimate Phantom 2040 because good lord is that game. That cartoon is so ugly. It is so freaking ugly, dog. You have no idea. But it's such a good show. It really needs a good animation. I would probably like who would you hire? Like I wouldn't hire like Science Saru or anything, but boing. All right, we're good. So if I get hit, do I lose both projectiles, or do I only lose one? But yeah, this base is sick. It's really sick. I think GamePro actually gave this an above average review, like 4.5 out of 5 in the fun factor. I don't know, man. This feels slightly above average in terms of like, well, not in terms of performance. Like, if you told me this is a C plus game, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, I believe you. This is a 7. It's like a 6. Wait till he spits that out. Aim lower. Kind of hard to line that up. Got him. Gotta get moving. Someone else, yeah, there's a green thing up there. I'm not gonna be able to get. Okay, so I lost all my projectiles because one dude hit me. I had 3 projectiles. I lost them all. Stupid Rambo-looking pirate. So I mean, like, how do you well, remember they remade Shadow of the Ninja for the mod for PS4 a couple of months ago. That game screams like $15. Like I'll wait a year, it'll cost $15. Like it seems fine, but Shadow of the Ninja was not. I mean, that's one of the few NES games I owned. I just don't think it's that amazing. Got it. Well, there was my projectile. Ah! I just can't take that many hits. So that projectile thing was useful, but I have to, like, dodge all these axes. Stupid skeleton warrior looking. I'll take that. X. Oh, he didn't show up on screen yet. Ugh, that was a waste. I wasted it. That was a waste. Ugh, I lost both gums. Yeah, that's a waste. God, I should have waited till he was on screen. Yeah, I should have waited till he was on screen. What a waste. Ugh, totally wasted. Ugh. Let's try one at a time. Let's not blow up both boxes this time. Whoops. Well, I screwed that up. I threw it in the wrong direction. It's that kind of game. Maybe a turbo button would help. Ah, careful. Well, I lost it. So he throws two high and one low. Well, careful. X. That hit him. That hit him. So he is taking damage. Oh, come on! So that's the risk, that once you pop out of the bubble, I mean, what do? You're just vulnerable there. I could probably still beat him, but, yeah. So don't throw it behind you. Give me that. I do have a turbo feature on this controller if I gotta have it. Okay, hit him with the gum as soon as he gets out. There he goes. It's a screen clearing bomb. Okay, I took a hit there. I think I lost my projectile. Careful! How am I supposed to jump over him? So I can't jump over him. Yeah, I don't think I can jump over him. So how do I get over him if he charges me like that? And that's a bad checkpoint. If I have to go back to all the way to the beginning of the level. So I don't want to... Okay, we're calling it. I might come back and play this game later, but I don't want... Yeah, no more continues. Wow. No more continues. That's disgusting. So like I said, probably never going to play this game again. I mean, it has potential, but the performance is not amazing. Your sword swinging action is way too limited. The gum situation is bizarre because you're kind of like I said, like controlling the gum seems too technical. Like you grab the cherry gum and you have to jump in the air and mash on the gum button so that you can float in midair. So it seems cumbersome. What is it? The purple gum is cute, but again there aren't enough power ups like that. So mainly it just feels like a game where you just kind of run left to right and use your sword, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can't swing upward. There's no down thrusting like in Zelda 2. The arc on your attack isn't helpful to attack enemies from above you, so it's a very basic. It's a very basic one of those, and it's unfortunate. So I would say that this game is in the C tier. Like, it's not terrible. It's way better than Cutthroat Island. The ranking of pirate games in the Super NES, Cutthroat Island is near the freaking bottom. Like, just a unplayable belt-scrolling brawler where it's impossible to make contact with anybody. The worst possible brawler. And then, of course, there's, like, those stupid Battletoads, like, Turbo Tunnel stages, where anytime, or if you touch anything, it's instant death. So that game was god-awful. One of Software Creation's worst games on the console, certainly. Didn't even have a good Tim Fallon or Chris JoJo soundtrack. So it's disappointing. Graphics and the visuals are terrible here. Like the graphics are terrible here. Art's terrible. The music's surprisingly good. Again, that bass line is really good. Whoever they got to do the sound engineering on this game, hook them up. They did well. But yeah, this is a C tier game. It probably gets better. I just don't see the point of digging with it. So I recorded this on original hardware with a Skuljagger cartridge, composite video output to my DVD recorder. It looks fine on a regular TV, but I plugged into my DVD recorder so that I can output via HDMI while I play via composite video on my CRT. But I'm capturing through the HDMI cable at 1080p. Where is it? I'm supposed to show you. There it is. So 1080p, but we're capturing it on my Vivitar USB dongle. Decent, low input latency, but it's still higher than a CRT. And it's capturing on a quad-core Celeron 1.1 gigahertz Windows 10 laptop, 4 gigs of RAM, I think. Windows 10 camera app capturing at 60 frames a second at a super VGA resolution, 1024 by 768. So you'll be able to see this on YouTube at 60 frames a second if you change the resolution to 720p. And I'll get the music later. In fact, I'll probably hook up my other device and get the stereo soundtrack in a second. And now I can actually play. I was gonna play Batman Returns, so we'll get around to that later. I can just splice in the music separately. That's fine. I'll splice in the music here eventually once I get my hands on it. So yeah, Skuljagger, C tier, whatever. We'll be back with more Super Nintendo games. There's plenty on this channel on original hardware, so I'll document them accordingly.